Alright, let's keep going. So, so far so good. I guess I have one thing that's really beginning to get on my nerves, and not by beginning I mean it's continuing to be on my nerves, is just the lack of good stuff that I found. I still don't have a ring that I'm happy with. In fact, let's go ahead and drop the extra fire protect ring. One is plenty. I still don't have a ring that I'm happy with for my second ring. I did get an early teleport control ring, which was great, but I have no good means of teleporting. Haven't even found a cursed teleport ring, which is so common as to be an irritant early game. I got one accidental quaff of mutation potion, which doubly negated my armor by removing the helmet slot with antennae, and fits poorly on my body, so that's irritating. And yeah, while I have now finally painstakingly found a whole bunch of good books, still nothing that's actually helping me push forward beyond where I am now. Shields is great. Let's go ahead and prepare to start branching away from it, though. Once it hits 10, well, hell, I should do it now, but 10, I'll wait one more level. The other thing that's so irritating is how much of the dungeon I've cleared without getting resist poison. I did the whole lair. I've done the early swamp. I've done all of the orc mines, found the stores at the bottom of the orc mines, nothing, and I'm 15 floors into the main dungeon. Or 14 floors into the main dungeon. Almost 15. So yeah, I'm beginning to get a little bit frustrated, and you know what? Looks like Krull wants to throw me a bone at last. By the sounds of it, there is a Minotaur on this floor. I'm going to use the magic mapping and find him. He's possibly there. I'm going to upgrade that to probably there. I have more than enough food to be getting on with, so I should be okay. Let's go and see it. Plus, this gives me a chance to see how my ability to instinctively map territory works in the Minotaur's lair. And yeah, we'll definitely kill the Basilisk zombie before going in, so there's nothing to weigh me down. Okay, let's go ahead and eat a meat ration right away, because why not? Take off the Ring of Teleport Control because it's not useful, and put on Ring of Sustenance is definitely a must. I don't need See Invisible here either. And I guess, fuck it, why not? Fire protection. Okay, off we go. I still have map rot, so it's certainly not helping me map in that regard. I still have the tight vision, so I guess this instinctive dungeon mapping isn't helpful. I know Minotaurs get a bonus, so I thought maybe Deep Dwarfs would too. They do not. Which is stupid. They should get something. Maybe like a big circle is auto-revealed around them, but they have tight map rot, so it's not as good as being a Minotaur yourself, but it's not useless. Whatever. Damage shaving is the main reason people play Deep Dwarfs, and while I'm beginning to feel like it's not worth it to start as a Necromancer for just how much shit I've had to deal with, I can at least appreciate that you don't want to give too many boons to any one race. For those of you who aren't familiar with what it's like to be in a Minotaur's lair, this is inevitably one of the pardon me. This is inevitably one of the hardest segments to do for a video recording. It's slow, it's tedious, it's repetitive, very little action, very little strategy involved. It's just a matter of poke around until you see something that looks more like the middle, and then keep poking around until you get past it. And, oh, you know, just as I'm talking, an enemy turns up, a figure. Let's go ahead and blast his ass and resurrect him so I have a companion in this hellhole. Mercifully for me, he didn't deal any actual damage, just poisoned me a little. I think it's the damage shaving plus the shield that I have that lets me mitigate it so well. Yeah, I don't want to deal with... Actually, I can probably just... Yeah, I can probably kill him in one round of Dispel Undead. Hunger status on my spells is worth checking at this point. Level 4 spells are still Hunger, including Animate Dead, and Dispel Undead. Yeah, I should definitely bring up spellcasting to like 12 or 13. Can't wait till I finish off my next level of shields so that I don't need to worry about that anymore. And notice that I'm totally content to have this guy just following me around everywhere. It's kind of nice to have the luxury of being able to hide behind him. But yeah, for the most part, the Labyrinth never has any real enemies in it, just a few traps here and there, and occasionally they put teleport traps under the Minotaur. A Minotaur stands guard at the very end of it, usually with a small trove, not usually, always, with a small stack of books, treasures, sundries. The Ring of Sustenance is definitely paying off. I would have gained hunger status by now. The other big issue with being here is that your piety for whatever deity you worship often goes down by like 1 or 2 pips because of how long you're spending doing nothing. At least if you're like me and worship any of the deities that appreciate killing. I guess Sifmuna worshippers have very little to fear, if indeed they ever have to fear piety loss. I think I just went in a circle. Yeah, I just went in a circle. That statue with the open area, I definitely went this way before, so let's head back there. Let's try going south this time instead. Okay, here we go. These kinds of transparent walls occasionally randomly reshuffle into a different formation, so that which is an opening will occasionally become a closure and vice versa. And while there's always a valid path to the exit, it isn't necessarily always in the same place. When you see the message, you hear the creaking of old ancient gears, you know at least one of those paths has changed. Like in this case, this whole area is a dead end. I'll head back to where I saw the transparent walls now. But ultimately, the strategy for these places is usually wander around till you find the exit. The reason I was so happy to go right in is because I found such a dearth of useful items that I'm kind of keen on, hell, anything that has a chance of getting me something useful. Let's go ahead and eat a bread ration. That brought me right up to Engorged. Why does it bring me to Engorged? I guess I was pretty hungry and I didn't realize it. One thing I don't like about Crawl 0.9, and I do appreciate in their direction, is the use of numbers. They'll give you these descriptions like you're somewhat stealthy. Instead of giving you a number, you are 200 units stealthy or whatever. And I prefer the numbers because that gives you a more objective idea for what it is. Even if you don't have a context for those numbers, you may eventually get one. Okay, here we go. The walls have changed. Admittedly, they seem less like central walls to me, but they've at least changed. Blood on the walls, that's a good sign. Let's head in that direction. More blood on the walls. More blood on the walls. Bloody walls. This probably was a pathway that got me there before. And now that I heard a grinding sound, I came to just double check if it was the same one. I do believe I'm almost back to the place I started. And that's the other thing I hate about this place. You really have no idea where you start, where you finish, what's going on, etc. God damn it. Let's see. Yeah, I maybe the non-colored walls that I was by were the wrong way. Like, honestly, there's no good solution to how to do this. You just keep going. There are, like, standard algorithms you can use to get out of a maze, like the right-hand rule or Dijkstra's algorithm or whatever. But these don't work in this particular maze because the walls will randomly shift the correct exit. So you could right-hand rule your way in circles for eternity. I was here before. Let's try going the other way. Okay. Let's just head down, I guess. I could have sworn I've been in this exact area before, but maybe not. Another thing about this that pisses me off so much is sometimes you get into the labyrinth and it's just very straightforward. Other times you end up like me right now, running in circles. I bet my Makhleb piety will go down by the time I'm out of here, and unlike, you know... Actually, no, I still have the hive. I haven't entered the hive, so I do have a repository of piety waiting to be tapped. And once I get to the hive, I can get my int up 2 more points. Sorry about that. Got a little bit of bug. Anywho, so continuing with the... I was coming out of this mess, if I recall correctly. I'm already losing my sanity in this place. You know, I understand. I don't know if any of you play Dungeons & Dragons. I have a group that I get to play with, and it's a lot of fun. My group focuses a lot more on roleplay, but I do understand that in the past, or in other groups, the idea of a maze is somewhat common, where the DM comes up with a really complex maze for his players to go through. And I understand that many of those games involve frustrated players screaming at a DM. Well, I am one of those players right now, except I'm not up against a DM, I'm up against an RNG. Random number god. Alrighty. I think I'll just head as far west as I can get. Let's see what options that opens up. Nope. Been here before. I mean, yes, they warn you starvation awaits, and you know that, but you're still doing it. And as I mentioned earlier, I do have the hive left, so once I get there, I'll be able to clear up some of this stat loss, and this is actually exactly where I started. I recognize this place. God damn it. You know what I should do? I should go to one of those areas with the transparent tiles, and then just wait, because eventually it'll open in a way that will make it easy to get to the end, instead of requiring me to go some bizarre long route that I never will find. I don't remember doing the bottom right path off of the statue, so let's try that one. I do remember being in this area, though. And then I came to a set of white tiles. There we go, there's the white tiles, or the glass tiles, I should say. And they are blocking me out from heading in the direction I was thinking of heading. They've been exactly like that both times I came here. Should have done a turn count to see how many turns I would end up wasting in this place. But for the fact that I'm so starved for good equipment, I wouldn't have even come in, probably. Well, no, that's a lie, I would have. I have more than enough food to survive it. I don't rely on Malph that much. I only really need his most basic abilities of, you know, summon a low-level ally and give me back some mana and health on a kill. Man, I was sure I was onto something there if I had deep enough. Nope. Nope. You know, I almost want to least rapid deconstruct the glass walls and see what happens, but one, I'm sure it'll fail. Two, and more importantly, it'll increase my hunger value, so there's really no point at all in attempting it. Odd grinding sound, so there's a possibility that another path has opened up. Let's head back for the glass tiles that I saw before. I don't actually know how I got in here in the first place. I'm kind of feeling a little stuck. Maybe that was it. Blood splotch on the floor. And all this to get to inventory. So, while I'm here and doing this rigmarole, was bottom right, I believe, to get to the glass, and now that I've heard the odd grinding sound, I've got to make an attempt at it. But yeah, observations on the Deep Dwarf. As much as I'm pissing and moaning about it, there's a very survivable feel to this character. The damage shaving isn't very noticeable to my mind, IMO, except of course in the case of poison, and yet you always don't take quite as big a hit as you'd expect, so the damage shaving is obviously making a big difference. Playing him tanky makes sense because he has that ability, and I stand by what I said earlier. I don't feel that I've been particularly lucky in any of the items I've received. Getting an electric and or fire whip off of Pike Hell is very normal, very par for the course. Picking up an ice spear like this that I have is admittedly abnormal, but I wasn't using the spear until so late that by the time I was using it in the game, it was par for the course. And generally you don't get as many bad mutations as I've picked up, and you do get a wider armor selection. I mean, seriously, when's the last time you can remember not having boots despite having cleared the entire lair and the entire Orcish mines? And this place is still blocking me off. And there should be another glass wall here, and it is still blocking me off too. What kind of walls are these? Stone wall and a naturally hard rock wall. I will take a pot shot. I don't care about the hunger. Really wanted to get across. Get back that mana. I can't believe that actually worked. I'm really glad I attempted it. I learned a new trick today. Walls that you're not supposed to break, you can break. And now you can see, there it is, there's the exit. What do I need to do in order to get out of here? I need to have Stone Skin up. I need to have an extra imp in play. I actually am going to take a potion of might just so that I can beat up the Minotaur with even more ease. And then I'm going to start Lee's Rapid Deconstructing. Stab, stab, drain, drain. He's dead. Sack him. There's no point doing anything else. And let's see what I'm going to take with me. Definitely want the cloak. Definitely want the gauntlets. No question about it. I'm more than happy to take all of the rods and staffs. Actually, I don't want the rod. I do want the staffs. I don't like casting through rods. I find it very inconvenient. I'll take this stuff as well. Because I have might, I don't even have to worry about weight. Is there anything else I want while I'm still here? Hell, take the rod. You never know. And let's get out of here. Now let's stop and examine my treasures. Nope. Let's go back upstairs, because we're on a new floor. Less mighty, but I still have enough might to carry all this stuff. Now I'll examine my treasures. First things first, detect curse. Cloak should be good. The Cloak of Starlight, which naturally shines like stars and is not very good for sneakiness, but evade +4, resist cold, resist elect, that's a damn good cloak. I'll take it. Gauntlets. Bonus to dex. I could go either way, but I'm not gonna say no. It's better than my gloves. So definitely was worth the trip. Got all the good armor stuffs there. Let's just take a look at what I've got here. A trident of dragon slaying. Who tries to kill dragons with a trident? What kind of moron would do that? I don't actually need this at all. It's a venomous sling. If I made use of stones, it might have been of some use, but I don't. And all it will grant me is resistance to cold, which my spear already does. I am going to drop the Falchion of Eternal Vigilance at this point. It's a nice item, but I'm not making use of it, and I'll come back for it later if I ever really want it. Actually, I should take the stuff with me to like a safe haven. Have I located the hive yet? I have not. Okay, when I find the hive, I'll probably take just the good weapons with me and then drop them off in the hive later. What else did I pick up? That's it. That's the good stuff. Admittedly feels a little thin, but that cloak is definitely worth the trip alone. Let's go ahead and put on the the good rings now. And I do still care more for the Ring of Sustenance in general. Let's drop the extra Life Protect ring, because at this point I have a natural 2, I only need 1. The Resist Elect is going to be by far the best find, though, out of a lot of that. And that comes with the cloak. Thank God for having an ally, right? Took some of the heat off. And apparently also took the kill, so... You know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Okay. Oh, I didn't even look at all of the wands I picked up. I knew I forgot something. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ditch the Staff of Air. We're gonna wield the Spear of Peace. But I am gonna bear in mind that I have all this other good stuff here. The Rod of Destruction could prove useful in a pinch, and apparently I picked up a book and didn't even realize it. And the book has Haste, which is a really good spell, but... yeah, Haste is a really good spell, but with 0 charms, I'm unlikely to be able to use it with any efficacy anytime soon. Agony, on the other hand, is a different story. I just had to read up on it to make sure it worked the way I thought it did. It sounds like a single target version of Torment, and I could definitely go for one of those. Let's just stab him. In fact, let's armor skin or stone skin and then start stabbing him. Okay, and then when he deals some damage, I'll drain him to get it back. But yeah, so this is what I'm able to do with a character like the guy I'm running now that I wouldn't have been able to do with my usual spectrum of casters, like a Kenku or a Spriggan or something. I can just walk up to things and start pounding them. Okay, that's 2 Hydras, and I'm not in range with either of my spells for either of them. I'm actually going to back off here. Bring my allies around. There we go. Much better. Let's Stone Arrow him a couple times. Take a step back and start Lee's rapid deconstructing him. Stone Arrow him a couple times. Actually, I can probably just Stone Arrow him to death from here. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Totally want to res him. Wow, you're not taking damage from pain. Yeah, this is a beautiful weapon. And again, it's not like I have been gifted with some really good set of armors or some really beautiful weapons. I have a very good weapon. Yeah, let's stop banding around the bush. It's a good weapon. But I earned my first good weapon by building it myself out of all of those enchant scrolls that I found. And I didn't exactly have like an abnormally large amount. It's pretty typical to be able to get that kind of weapon by mid-game that I originally got. And while I do have these artifacts, I'm not like leaning on... Wait, that's Wizardry. Doesn't it have Blink? Could have sworn Wizards started with... Oh, they start with the Book of Minor Magic. That's what I'm thinking of. That's not very much distance. I really hope these hit. Go ahead and attack him, please. There we go. Pain is not painful enough. Okay. He left a hide, which is... I don't think regeneration effects work on characters that don't regenerate normally. If they did, then Troll Leather Armor would be my first choice right now. Hey! Wouldn't you know it, I have another copy of the same book. Though it's a good thing I didn't hold out on buying that original copy, because I wouldn't have gotten this far without the spells that it had in it. Definitely can use Dispel Undead against him. Pain is just wonderful. I'm still using it, for Christ's sake. Like, if I was on Magic Dart, I would have had to stop using it definitely by this point in the game. Okay. I do have Resist Elect, so seeing Luis isn't as terrifying as it should be, but I kind of want to finish this set of enemies off and then get the hell out. Shield's just leveled up again, so let's turn it off, because it's going to be the hardest to level one more time. Yeah, let's finish this guy. Actually, I have 10 mana. Let's bust Luis's chops. Now let's get the fuck out. We're out of mana. Basically out of mana. Jelly's dead. Out we go. Luis is on this floor. By itself, that doesn't frighten me. I almost want to look him up because I don't remember how he works, but Armored Spellcaster, resistant to hostile enchantments, which includes Pain, so don't use Pain against him. I believe he has electric attacks, but wouldn't you know it, I have resist electricity. He's got that blink, which is irritating, but ultimately not game-breaking for me to have to deal with. No, I can't hit him from here. Pretty sure I can't touch him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't touch him. I should just get out before I end up dying to him somehow. Like, if I got confused at that point and had to take a turn getting unconfused, that would have been very dangerous. Count on him to turn up at every fucking staircase, right? Oh, I'm at below maximum health. Let's fix that. Okay, there's the entrance to the hive. Or my name isn't... well, whatever the fuck my name is. Malph. Okay... why am... oh, I'm hitting J when I mean to hit H. Now I'm hitting E when I mean to hit B. You know, typos should not kill you in this game. But there's no way for the computer to know that you didn't mean to do that. Stab, 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 drain, stab, drain, drain, stab, stab. And resurrect and get out. Heal. By heal, I just mean, you know, regen mana. Get back. It's the strongest thing I can do. Stone throw, drain, stab, shatter. Still no poison resist. Good God, I'm glad I wasn't playing a Spriggan. Is there an enemy on the screen that I'm not noticing? Oh no, I just didn't have the carry capacity. Oh, beautiful. Let's... oh, can't do it against those things. Not gonna lie, I really do miss not having an AoE. Or miss having an AoE. Like, all of my damages are single target damage spells. Let's just eat it right now, because I've been dealing with subpar intelligence for a long time, and now my intelligence will be up to full along with my strength. And here, in the hive, it's safe to drop fancy items, because the likes of Luis won't walk by and pick it up. So let's go ahead and drop all of these fancy-ass weapons that I'm not using. Let's also drop the Book of Wizardry, which I don't care for. Drop Rotting Chunks, of course, because they're actually useless. Drop these Scrolls of Enchant Weapon, and the Scroll of Amnesia, and Fog, and all of these are okay. Drop the bread rations, because I'm sure I'm gonna get more while I'm here. Drop a meat ration too, because why the fuck not? I should drop at least a couple of these potions of restorability so that in a pinch I have a store somewhere of them, since I don't naturally restore abilities. Please tell me it works. Yes! It worked! Oh, thank God it worked. I was worried they were going to pull some kind of honeycomb walls crap on me, but it worked perfectly. Yay! I got a cursed ring of teleportation. Why is this such a great find, you ask? Well, you don't need to ask, because it's obvious. I also have a ring of teleport control. And when you put the two of them together, you get a character that can freaking do whatever he wants. See how bad my evoke is on it. What? Oh, I didn't put it on? I didn't put it on. Yes, put it on. It's poor, but that's okay. I can bring that up with time. In fact, since I have a +3 to evocations, let's go ahead and bring that up pronto. Or at least bring it up by the by. Yeah. Back the fuck off. Yeah. Just backing the fuck off. Azrael can and will kill me in 2 turns. There's no point dying unnecessarily. Oh, wouldn't you know it, if I try to take a short rest, it offers me a teleport. I'll teleport here, thank you very much. Last Luis was seen around here. Those yaks didn't know I'm there, did they? Let's make sure they figure out I'm here. There we go. Half the dungeon knows I'm here now. Now all of China knows you are here. Sorry, Mulan reference, couldn't resist. Yeah, we're totally gonna have to peg them again. And again, because you know what? I'm freaking asking for it. And now I'm just gonna do a res. I don't have the mana. Okay, now I have the mana. Now we'll do a res. And that should buy me enough time to just... Fuck it, it's Luis. The moment I do okay, he shows up to fuck up my good day. Get a teleport for free. Go to a different staircase. Oh. It's you. Let's go ahead and get your ass up. Nope. Yeah, you can just cancel that teleport, please. You can cancel that one too. I'm in the place I want to be. We can take them on. Let's stone skin, get an imp in play, and then start hurling stuff. Actually, no, let's get them into a corridor. Ah, that'll be even better. Oh, I can't see that far. Let's try from here. There we go. Took them long enough to give me this cursed ring of teleportation, which, by the way, please tell me I uncursed. I did not? Okay, we need to uncurse that, because, again, the utility of my second finger slot needs to be maintained. But yeah, because now, they may have taken too long to give it to me, but now that I have it, I'm just very dangerous. Oh, great. The good news is I have 3 levels of resist cold, so bring it, bitch. You're probably undead too, aren't you? Yes, you are undead. Good. I will admit it's a little irritating that it keeps doing it, and there is this non-zero chance of getting hurled way away from your intended target, but it's kind of also really cool to be able to... Why am I not able to drain you? Nothing happens. Okay, well, kill you then. Apparently he was undrainable for some reason. Well, it took long enough, but it looks like Mephitic Cloud, I finally have found you. Gonna totally put you in my usual spell slot from Fitted Cloud, and put Stone Skin in my usual spell slot for Repel Missiles. No, it won't fit there. Fuck it, let's make it K. No, I want it on the same finger as the Z button. So ZZ for now. No, you had that backwards. KZ. There we go. Here's the beauty of my position. I just hang out here and regenerate and explore a little bit. If anything comes by, I just evoke, teleport, and get away. Anything I can't, blast like that. Evocations is getting trained very nicely, so let's leave that be for now. So this floor, just for the record, contains Azrael, Izul, and Luis. That's 3 named uniques, none of whom are particularly innocent. Izul is on my ass. Let's get out of here. Teleport has been successfully evoked. Expect minor deviation. I expect some deviation, but let's put me right here. And hopefully my surprise will cover my quick exit, but not before I start pegging things with, stone arrows. I actually want to bring these guys with me, so let's bring them with me. Hehehe. And it gets me out of a jam too. How nice is that? Bring me back up. I do want to drain your ass. Make sure Stone Skin is on, because it's an ability that I should always have on. And wouldn't you know it, my Hydras found your ass and killed you. Well, I thought they did. Apparently I was mistaken. Oh, are you trying to escape? I am behind you now. Because remember how the cursed ring of teleport makes you teleport randomly? Well, now I'm using that to my advantage. Okay, because I have clearly ventured into segments of the dungeon that I no longer can handle, I'm going to try a different attack. Firstly, did I miss any boots? Okay. Did I miss anything else? Cure mutations? No. Okay. Let's try to go to the snake pit without poison resistance, so I am still vulnerable to tier 2 poisons, which sucks, but at the same time, between this newfound ability to just, teleport to where I need to be, and a growing challenge in the main floor, I think it might be the best option. There's no way a stone giant spawned here by default. I probably spent more than 3,000 turns on this floor without realizing it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill the stone giant. I do have the ability now. Just open a nice path for me to do so. Get a nice swarm of imps and make sure that Stone Skin is on. And oh, Mephitic Cloud, I have missed you so much. Of course, you've missed my target, so fuck you. Let's just go ahead and just regen while my minions help me finish him off, and stab him once to actually win. And notice that because of the high hit dice, I got all of my health back for that kill. Resurrect you. Now I have 2 unkillable bodyguards on this floor, and off to the snake pit we go. Our primary goal is just to level up a little bit more, maybe get some more experience, and hence level up, and, if we're lucky, find a fucking pair of shoes. It's ridiculous that I've gone this long and still not completed even a basic armor set. Although now that they've given me, such a good cloak, I have less reason to complain. Here's what we're gonna do. They've both seen me, so I'm gonna blast, but then I'm gonna lure the Mamba upstairs and just fight one at a time. Stab, 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 stab. It's actually not able to hit me. How the heck is that possible? My dex isn't that high. Or my evade isn't that high. Oh, you know what? I am wearing those gauntlets of dex, so maybe it's helping a little bit more than I'm giving credit for. At any rate, I now have allies literally puppy guarding the floor. Let's make sure Stone Skin is on, and any other buffs that I can think of. Actually, let's go ahead and make sure I have imps too, and then head downstairs to bring him back up with me. I did take a little bit of damage on the trip. A little bit of damage on the trip. And not all of it damage that I was able to get back. You know what? You're getting away, aren't you? I'm gonna stop you from getting away. Definitely want to drain that crocodile to pieces. Okay. Got some new anaconda flesh. Gotta drop some of this old stuff. But so far, so good. Unidentified potion. Let's drink it. Levitation. Okay, no biggie. The reason I'm so willing to drink these potions randomly is there's very few potions out there that actually scare me anymore. Even Degeneration, I have so much, I know where the hive is, so I know that I have access to restore abilities that will continue to work. There's no way I can reach you from here, but maybe my electric eel spawns can. Sure enough, they did. And I do have Resist Elec, which is going to help a lot. Actually, I have Resist Elec and I have an Elec Spear. So if I put those two together, I can probably stand on the water and stab things and cause showers of electric sparks without damaging myself. That could prove very useful in a watery environment like the swamp. Yes, I forgot how badly I failed last time I was in the swamp. Probably because I had to forget. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I just stabbed him once, the electric sparks went off. Well, I guess I wouldn't take any damage because I'm on the water's edge, and there's no need to test my hypothesis yet. Teleporting forward is proving to be a dangerous idea, because I tend to end up in places I don't want to be in. By the way, how's that evoke going? Evoke teleport is up to fair. Once it's, nice and high, my utility is just going to go through the roof. I may not actually need Blink anymore, because the control teleport plus the teleport ring lets me be anywhere I want in just a few turns. No, that's not true. I still do want Blink. That way I can get away from an imminent threat too. Yeah, this was my other concern with this branch. There's not going to be a whole lot of edible stuff without poison resist. Which actually reminds me, is there any armor that could potentially give me resist poison? There's stuff to try. Let's try that Runed Elven Robe. Magic resist is not the same. And I do want the... I do need food, and I need it pronto, so let's dare the swamp real quick to see if I can't get a snack. Nope, I'm starving. Too late. Back to the snake pit. It actually can't reach me from here, so let's just hurl some jagged spines at it and end it. Let's get you onto water so that I can stab you with electricity. You are an edible corpse, so I will preserve you. And hurl some jagged spines of stone at you. That anaconda needs to be fought on the water. Pretty sure they don't get a bonus to being on the water, and I'm pretty sure that I get not an official bonus, but an unofficial, by the way, I shoot out sparks every few turns, which I can resist and you can't. Right there. Again, definitely want to use the animate skeleton so that I keep the chunks from the edible stuffs. Okay, yeah, it's neither here nor there. Okay, finally, I got one of the most important parts of my kit. I got Blink. Let's go ahead and shuffle that to K, I believe is. Oh, it's already on K. Beautiful. And let's make sure that spellcasting is being trained and translocations gets trained. My evocations does need to go up at least 1 or 2 more before I'll be satisfied, but overall, things are finally coming together. I do have the abilities I need to get around. And while I would like better armor, at this point I can reduce that from must-have to like. I do also really like poison resist. I feel like that's critically missing, but whatever. I'm beyond the point where I will consistently need Mephitic Cloud, but it's obviously always nice to have. Okay, quick cut, then I'll be right back.